Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna do a life update video today. So get your popcorn, get your nice tea and toast, and we are just going to sit and chat, and I will do a little bit of a YouTube vlog diary entry of how things have been going for me, and let's just hop into it. So if you've been following along with my story, what is it now? 8 months ago, I moved to Portland. I'm going on, no, 9 months. Well, this kind of counts as the 9th. But anyways, I moved here and it was a very, very big shift. I moved without ever seeing the place, without ever being here really. And kind of just trusted spirit that things were going to open up here for me. So things definitely have been opening up here for me. I landed my new apartment. I landed another new job, which kind of halfway through the summer, I decided, I had an epiphany actually, that I wanted to move back to a part-time job instead of full-time, because working full-time, I just was so drained and realized I couldn't really do any of the stuff that I moved here to do. Like my art, my readings, teaching, yoga, and the schedule just was not allowing me the time to do that. And so anyways, I landed a part-time job, which is fantastic. So that is why I now have the energy to be putting all these videos out. Hooray. That decision did not come lightly. That definitely came with quite a while of, let me just say, many tears and many "are you sures" to my spirit guides in many, many meditations of like, is this the right move? And every single time I meditated on it, I felt like I needed to just trust that things would work out financially, and that, you know, I'd have the space for opportunities to come, that I could trust opportunities to come to me. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And even for only being here for 9 months, I mean, I would say things have been happening pretty quickly. In the moment, it seems like a long time, but now that like things have happened, I'm like, okay, like 9 months, I'm not doing too bad for all the stuff that's kind of been coming my way already. Anyways, life here has been pretty good. I'm still obviously rooting down and finding my tribe here, which hopefully now that I have the schedule, I can have a social life. Yeah, what else has been happening? Honestly, the one thing that kind of spurred me to make this video was to talk about something that I've been encountering since I landed here. Yeah, I want to get into this story because I had a really cool vision about it. Something that's kind of come to my awareness. I mean, I've been aware of it since I landed here, but that I've been extremely, extremely triggered by seeing people here already doing the things that I want to do, already being successful at it, already, you know, it's just a classic case of like, I want what they have and I don't have it yet. And it's upsetting me because that's what I want to be doing. And I feel like I need to push more to get to that. Like, it's been driving me insane. It's just consistently just getting triggered about all these things and seeing other people. And it's not like, I wouldn't even say it's like an I'm jealous kind of situation. It's more like, I know that's what I want to do. And I'm just triggered that I'm not already doing it at that level yet. And I have just been like literally beating myself up because I haven't. And the reason that I haven't is because I haven't had the space or the schedule. And so then it kind of just comes back into like, okay, Kristina, don't beat yourself up because you haven't had the opportunity to build yourself up like that until now. Now that you have a more flexible job, now you can have the space to do what you want to do. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't have that opportunity until this point. So that's where we're at. What's bringing me to talk about this is that a friend of mine and we went to this like yoga event, and it was really, really great. I had a ton of fun. And at the end of the flow, when we were in Shavasana, which is, you know, if you haven't done yoga before, it's the very last pose typically, where you're kind of just like laying there and kind of taking a mini nap and just resting. And that's usually where you get like the best downloads. I love Shavasana downloads. They just flow in so easily. This is why yoga is great, and everybody should certainly try it at least once in their life. Yeah, so I was laying there and I just felt that really unhappy sensation creeping up. I want to be doing this stuff. Like, is Portland even the place where this is gonna happen? Like, I started just kind of, you know, getting in my feels about it. Like, is this even it? And following that feeling, I had this vision of a little green seed, like a tiny little seed when it kind of like sprouts that little green tail, being placed in a pot. And then the seed kind of starting to like sprout and then turning into like a little sapling, and then it started to get a little bit bigger. And I realized the seed was a tree seed. I just knew that for some reason. It's just my psychic knowingness. It started to like branch. First it was like a little bonsai, and then it started to like branch out, and it started to, I mean, it got pretty big for its pot in my vision. And then it stopped growing. And then I saw the tree getting taken out of the pot and planted into open ground, dirt, soil. This is where it got very profound, is that this tree suddenly just dropped like a good, suddenly the branches turned gray and it dropped a few of them and leaves fell and it definitely looked sad. Suddenly it started growing new growth. And then new branches and bigger branches, and then it got big and big, and it became this huge, massive, like, apple tree. And then apples started growing on it, and there's like a bunch of fruit, and then it just became this like wise old apple tree. And I just, as I was seeing this in my vision, I looked at this apple tree and I felt me, like I felt my energy. And then I started like tearing up even more, because I'm like, like this is me, like moving here, clearly getting like repotted. And it wasn't that it was the confirmation of like this was the right choice. Like, I'm just in the process of being repotted and getting accustomed to my new environment and the freedom of like the growth and all that. The thing that like really stood out to me, that was more profound than like the confirmation of like, okay, you moved and you're gonna get even bigger than you've ever been, was the fact that the tree lost its branches. I feel like that's what I've been going through the last 9 months. Is, yeah, I've had like a lot of great experiences here, but I've really been going through it, you guys. I've really been going through it. There's been so many triggers, and there's just been a lot of stuff that's been coming up to be released. In hindsight, that's everything that's been happening the last 9 months. This apple tree vision really put that into my perspective, because it's something I've been going through, but you know, sometimes you need someone else or something else to like really put your attention on that's what's been happening. And then it's like, oh, I'm not just going through a hard time for the sake of going through a hard time and all this. I am actively letting the rerouting, you know, the repotting process is actively like shedding so much stuff that it just really made it very clear to me that every day I've woken up like in a terrible mood or challenged by something. That is what has been occurring, is I'm just working through shedding off branches and beliefs and, you know, mental and emotional patterns that up until this point I've had with me, but haven't had anything triggering me to shed it. So if anybody needed that reminder. The one thing that I am really excited to talk about actually is how my readings are going to change, which I actually don't know how they're going to change. I actually don't know. So over the last couple months, if you've been following my posts, I have been taking a lot of courses and workshops on mediumship just to kind of open up my way of doing things and my perspective. And I do really love learning about it, and I love practicing and meeting other mediums, and it's just so interesting to see everyone's different unique quirks and styles of reading and techniques and all that. First of all, this is just a shameless plug. My readings have gotten way better, and I'm just really excited about that. And second of all, I'm changing my mediumship readings a little bit, where it used to just be spirit guide readings, because that's typically who used to just show up. I used to always just attract, not used to, I still do, people's spirit guides. Like, for whatever reason, they just love me so much. And like multiple teachers have said, like, higher energies just really love you. And I'm like, why? Nobody's been able to tell me. Yeah, and I used to have it separate where I'd be like, okay, here's a reading for just loved ones, for people who just want their loved ones, and here's a reading for just spirit guides. Then it was just, I just did the spirit guide readings because that's just, everybody kept coming to me for that. Now, I'm not limiting myself to just spirit guides. And I want to, lately what's been coming through more is like, honestly, a whole plethora of different reading styles that I've been opened up to, like soul readings, which I really, really enjoy now. And they're like such a cool aspect of reading that's neither like psychic, intuitive stuff or mediumship. It's like its own world. And intuitive predictions have gotten better, and past lives have even come up. And so now I'm just like, mediumship session, we're just going to open up to whatever your need is, whatever that is, and kind of just see where it goes. Unless you are specifically looking to hear from someone, of course, I'm going to do my absolute best to try and bring that through. Yeah, that is pretty much the update I wanted to give. I don't really know what else I wanted to talk about, but I'm just feeling this like very peculiar feeling right now. That's like, I guess I should talk about because it's coming up. It's this feeling of like having this gift and realizing there's such a bigger world out there that, you know, you're capable of tapping into with it, that it's never just been, hey, you know, here's your grand aunt in spirit, here's your spirit guide. Like, there's so much more that can be done with it. And I really, really resonate with that kind of perspective of taking mediumship. And I never even knew that even existed. I really thought mediumship was just like, you know, shamanic spirits, spirit guides, loved ones, star beings, things like that, which I've always been open to that because they've always come through for me. So I'm like, oh, okay, like this exists. But there's like more that you can tap into. I guess what I'm trying to get at here, I really don't even know where I'm going. I'm like that Michael Scott quote where it's like, sometimes I start a sentence and then I don't even know where it's going. Anyways, yeah, it's just really opened my eyes to how much possibility there is of like, possibility in terms of like how much more there is out there to, whoa, I'm just getting deja vu right now. How much more there is to tune into and discover and uncover and experience with just this one gift that we're all capable of tapping into. And if you're on this channel, like, you already to some degree are capable of this, because you literally would not be seeing this video if you weren't aligned to that energy in some way, shape, or form already. Because the people who aren't aligned to that are not seeing these kinds of videos. Anywho, I do want to open up another group mediumship class, hopefully soon. I know I've been saying that for ages, but I just haven't had the bandwidth up until this point. But also, I really just been rethinking of how I want to go about teaching people to open up, because I was really just following a formula of many of my old teachers, and Spirit really has been showing me that, you know, yeah, come prepared, but also be open to completely pivoting to the needs of whoever is right in front of you. Sometimes that's not going to follow. Honestly, I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say more magic happens when you are just open to whatever, rather than following like dogmatic principles of a standard mediumship reading. And I don't know why that sounded kind of spicy, but I am just like really passionate about, let me just try something new and out of the box and chase that and see where it goes. So I guess this is just my little vlog marker of let's see how things shift and open up and how the content changes from here on out. And I am throwing that out as a challenge to myself and my guides. So I'm going to wrap up this life update video here. I hope you guys have been doing really well. Again, thanks for following along, especially if you've been following along from like the early days. What was it? I think I started this channel in 2020. And I am committed to reviving it again. So anyways, please leave a like, a comment down below. It'll help the channel. It'll help me to expand and bring more people into the community. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about. It is about the community. So I see you guys commenting on each other's stuff, and that just really warms my heart. All right, I will leave you here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.